They're just on mute, so you can start talking.
I'm so sorry. I got pulled into another meeting. I just stepped away for a few minutes just to talk to you guys. My apologies. We're just dealing with some issues here at work. As everybody knows, the Grammys were canceled, so we're dealing with a lot right now. Um, Happy New Year to everyone. Um,
Ralph, you want to start recording if you haven't started?
I started already. Good
Okay,
afternoon, V.
I'm
Thank
sorry.
you so much, V. Thank you.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
all right. Hello. I'm so sorry. All right, so we just really quickly this is just want to welcome all the new board members. Me and Cynthia had the chance to talk about what's going to happen this year. We're still dealing with the pandemic, obviously. Hope everyone's staying safe. Um, just wanted to kind of just go through some things regarding of like what we do in our committee and how we handle certain things, how we do certain events. We were able to, just to give you guys a quick recap, um, to pull some things last year. With the pandemic, we were able to do a pop-up Halloween event, which became something great. It was something simple, small, but it was very successful. And I was happy to be able to do something for the community. It was needed. Um, and hopefully this year, depending on what COVID brings to the new year, we'll be able to do some more amazing things in the community.
Thank you, V. This is Love Betancourt. How are you? We never met.
I'm good. How are you? Thank you
I'm
for
doing
joining.
You're welcome, and thank you for being here and speaking.
I appreciate it. Cynthia, you want to add anything to that?
Well, we had a event that we had to cancel due to the snow. So we were going to do a toy drive for the community.
Sin, we can't hear you, baby girl.
Cynthia, we can't hear you.
Oh, I don't know what's going on. Is it
You
better
good
now?
now? You good now? You good now?
Okay. All right. So I was saying that we had scheduled to do a pop-up event in the district to give out the toys that we had left over from the year before, plus what the Yankees had donated. But due to the snowstorm, we had to cancel it and we weren't able to reschedule it. But we did, however, jump on with a group from the Hunts Point area, and we donated toys to them for an event that they were able to do. So all in all, we were able to give about 60 toys to them for their event. And today's Three Kings Day, so we would have had an event today, but because of the pandemic, we didn't have time or the staffing to be able to do anything. But we just want to talk about rules and how we are going to deal with the events going forward when it comes to volunteers, because there are some events that we jump on board with other organizations as volunteers, but then there are events that are our own events. So there's a difference in how the role that we play. So we can talk to you about that.
Thank you, Cynthia. Yeah, as far as like volunteering goes, we always ask that if anyone that's volunteering, especially for our events, for example, the Halloween parade is such a big event. It requires a lot of hands-on from start to finish. And, it's important that, volunteers know that, when we go to an event, we're doing it for the community and we're not going with the um, mindset that we're going to collect something after the event. Um, Let me see what else. Um, I'm sorry, I'm like multitasking. Um, Give me 1 second.
That's okay. So am I. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so it just I always like to host a couple meetings before the events just to kind of go through it and assign everyone their roles. And that's pretty much it. Cynthia, I don't know if I'm forgetting anything. Um,
Cynthia, we can't hear you, Cynthia. You're on mute.
I'm sorry, my son's this is his laptop and he was connected with his stupid wireless stuff. So all right, bear with me. So
I'm sorry, I'm
If it-
having internet issues as well. I just got disconnected. My apologies.
no worries. So I was just saying, hey Sapola. So I was saying maybe we can just ask the board members and everyone on if they have any questions regarding the way that the volunteering will be working, or if not, we can just jump into events that we may be planning or events that we can help out with.
So, hello, can you hear? So who will be assigning for these volunteering positions?
Well, the committee itself. So once we have, say, example, today we would have had our Three Kings event. This is when we do the special events. We do at the special events, we make sure who's going to start attending the actual event itself, and then we would assign them a task. Because this is the issue that we have with a lot of volunteers, that they don't attend meetings and then they show up the day of, and we don't need that. It's very hard to have an event and try to assign tasks the day of. So we always ask for people to attend our meetings prior to the event, so that way we can assign and know what we will be needing from them.
Okay, so my question is, who will be the one assigning these positions?
The special events
at
committee.
the event. The event committee would consist of 3 people, is that right?
Yes, V's the chairperson, so
Chairperson
it would be pretty much him, and then like
Talia?
Talia, yourself, and whoever else is a part of the meeting. Because even though we only have 3 people in special events, we get a lot of volunteers that attend. So it all depends on what kind of event it is and if it's going to be
Okay,
taken.
so you answer my question. Thank you so much, Cynthia.
No worries.
Cynthia, this is Monique. I want to say you guys did a very good job with the Halloween parade, the pop-up.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your help.
Hey, no problem. You know, I'm always there. And I think it is important for people to be where you assign them to and to come early. Because the events are very big. The way you did the Valdor turkey event, the way you had your volunteers out there, we came out early.
Yes.
So I think I'm gonna just piggyback on saying, if you say you're gonna volunteer, be there early, get your assignment, because sometimes you have to multitask.
There you go.
So I want to say thank you.
And thank you, Monique, for all your help. You're amazing.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say that. Happy New Year.
It's my pleasure.
Hi, and is Miss Simone here with us?
She is, actually.
Hi, Miss Simone. How are you?
Talia, you're muted, so unmute yourself. Okay, well, she's muted. I'm not too sure if she's able to unmute herself, but I say we can just start going forward with events that we would like to have in the upcoming year. V, what are you thinking?
Okay, so just real quick, of course, I'm that we'll be able to, do our Halloween event in October, and that's all pending, obviously, the pandemic. I have faith that we're going to be at a much better place in life, period. I don't think we'll be 100%, but I think that we'll be able to do a little bit more than what we did, you know, in 2020. Another one that you know, we hope to have is also the toy drive, the toy giveaway, the Christmas event, and the tree lighting. You know, those are two of the major ones that we're focusing on right now. I don't want to speak about any other events, you know, happening in the next month or two, because I'm just being realistic. I don't think that we're gonna be able to pull something off like that. Yeah, I think that it's it's hard right now to even discuss, you know, what
Yeah,
we're
I think
going
it's
to
too
do
soon. Mm-hmm.
to, you know, to determine, you know, what exactly we're going to do, because we're still dealing with a pandemic.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know if anyone else has events that they're planning to do. I know I was speaking to Jill yesterday. Jill, are you planning any events?
Just before I answer, let me check. Shamika, is Shamika Gordon also on the call?
She's okay.
No, I think she got pulled into another meeting, I thought. So we are planning, not in the next 6 months, but we will most likely be doing our back to school fair in September the way that we did this September with timed entry.
Okay.
For this summer, we haven't committed to any plans yet.
Okay. Marissa, do you know if the council person is going to be having any events?
Now we have to discuss it, but tomorrow we're having the COVID testing tomorrow.
Okay. That's, I think for the next couple of weeks, months, maybe that's all it's going to be. It's going to be COVID testings and health related events.
Right. And I'm sorry, Cynthia.
No, go
And
ahead.
I left my email on the chat, so if anyone has questions, I do check my emails every day. I constantly am on them, you know, a couple times a day. If you have any questions, suggestions, or concerns, you can always reach me there. And you know, we'll keep everyone posted. I hope that we can do more events. You know, but obviously we have to think about our community, and we have to also do things safely and consider the lives of everyone else. So that's it.
All right. V, I'm sorry, I didn't get your cell number. This is Love Betancourt again.
He didn't give out the cell number.
Okay, I'll put it in the chat. That's fine. I'll put it in the chat.
Oh, okay, thank you.
All right.
Can you
I
see
also
the
just
chat?
wanna.
I'm sorry?
Huh?
Can you see the chat? Because you're on the phone.
Yes, I am, but I was gonna get back in touch with you about this.
Okay, okay.
Thank you.
I just also want to remind people that we did get money from the council member for a back to school event.
All right.
I gotta let this committee know that, you know, in the upcoming months, even though there's nothing planned now, we need to do some type of an event where we can do a giveaway. I don't know if we're gonna call it a back to school or what we may call it, but
I think we should do like a resupply, like a power up kind of, you know?
yeah,
Because we
something along
shouldn't.
those lines. We need to
Yes.
plan that, and if we have Jill here, and we got even Ryan here, right, for Verilife. So if any way that we can reconnect and see if anyone is willing to help, all we can do is just ask for volunteers or anything like that. But we need to get that with Larry and Larry's committee, or have Larry attend this, and then we take it from there. But we
Well, I
need to keep that
emailed
in the back
Larry.
burner. In the next 2 or 3 months, we do need to have some type of event, a back to school event.
Okay. It would be nice. So I'm not too sure how many people have seen the little supply box that the council person gave out. But I think that would be more beneficial because the majority of the students are home. So I don't see a point in giving book bags out this year. I think we can just give them that box that the council person ordered, and we'll just see how, you know, how Larry feels about it.
idea about something like I don't know, like the Misty, because a lot of the students they don't have internet service. Maybe if we could do like you know how you do for Christmas, they pick a raffle or something, and then you give them prizes about like 2 or 3 Misties. I don't know.
The Wi-Fi. You talking about the Wi-Fi things?
Yeah, the Misty.
The hotspots.
You know what? I'll talk to Monique and HPAC about that because I know they gave away a couple of those things last April, last May. They gave about 100 of those out to people.
Yeah, because a lot of kids are really need internet service.
So we'll talk about that at the next meeting. I'll inform Larry about what we spoke about today at this meeting and advise him to attend the next special events. So that way we're all on board with it.
Okay.
And also, Ralph and Cynthia, this is Jill. I know that the community partnership team put together a really nice 1 or 2 pager PDF on how to set up like a little school space in your home. And so maybe that's something that we can also contribute if you give away at the re-up event with anything. Because I agree with what Cynthia said. The packs that the councilman has been giving out are really great. So maybe we could add that little PDF on how to set up a home, kind of like a home office, but for kids.
That's cute.
Yeah, that works. Either way, too, Joe, because if that's something that maybe we can also contribute to, I think we should be exploring that with funding wise. So just let us know. But like I said, I think I needed to mention it to put it on everybody's radar for the next 2 or 3 months. Even if we don't have our normal events that unfortunately we can't do, this is something that, and with social distancing, I understand, and the pandemic, so we gotta, coordinate this accordingly, and we can take it from there.
Okay, so another thing I actually wanted to mention, because I have been attending a couple of outside, not our events, just volunteering for other events, and there's a big issue when it comes to people skipping the line. So us as volunteers, we may know someone and the people online don't understand why we're skipping them. We do skip kids that are autistic at these events and that are handicapped. So I'm not sure, that's something that we should really work on and explain while people are lining up. So that way they don't get frustrated when they just see us pulling people off the line to bring them to the front. So we had, I actually helped out with a precinct. They had an event and we had the music at a certain level. And then we pulled out all the autistic kids, put them to the front of the line. And then I had to explain to someone, listen, we have to get them off the line because we can't even put the music up because they're very sensitive and they don't know how to deal with it. But that's something that we have to discuss a little further because we can't always tell the kids that are autistic and the kids that are disabled, but it would be nice to be able to talk about this before we do an event.
I agree with you. I do a pantry every Friday, and what I do is when I see people who are elderly or special needs, I make a separate line for them. So I know they can't stand outside too long. I know they get cold. I know they get sick or accessified or whatever. So I have 2 separate lines.
Okay.
So in the beginning, if you have a separate line where you can identify, let them get on that separate line. It may be like on the other side, like you might have a door in the middle, people go in, but on the other side of the door will be for special needs because sometimes they don't want to be called out. You know what I'm saying? Or the parents.
Yeah.
So that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. If they have to fill out a link when they come to your event, video links.
No, that's just it. We don't register. It's first come, first serve for most of our events. Okay. We had an event that way that we did register and it worked out smoothly, but because of COVID, we can't have people registering and it's just pretty much first come, first serve. But it all depends on the venue of the event. So we can always have the line start further back from the starting point. That way we can put people in that a little section before the starting point. Then. V, what do you think about that?
Yeah, you go
I think that's great.
spot
I
them.
think, yeah, I think that that's a good idea. I think that we need to discuss that a little bit more. I agree. I agree 100%. I actually have to go into my next meeting. I do apologize. Is there any other questions for me or concerns or anything? I'll stay on mute, but I have to go on to the next meeting.
I don't
We
really think there's anything
understand.
else.
Okay, bye, B.
I don't think there's anything else because we haven't really scheduled any meetings or any events rather. And I'll just make sure that Larry attends the next special events meeting. And well, Maggie's here, his right hand. I know she'll let him know as well. And then we'll just go from there. But
All
for
right,
right
and
now, there's
I'm
really
sorry,
nothing
Cynthia.
else. No,
Right.
go ahead, go
I
ahead.
left my information in the chat. I also put the Halloween Parade's Instagram page, so if you guys can follow that, spread the word, that would be nice. And you know, sometimes we post little updates on there with pop-up events and things like that. So that's another way to, you know, stay connected and informed if, you know, we decide to do any pop-ups.
Okay. Anyone has any questions, any comments?
I'm good.
Cynthia, I gotta go off, switch over to another phone call.
No, go ahead, because we're about to end
Okay.
this meeting as well. So I just want to
Okay.
make sure that everyone,
Thank you.
okay?
Okay. Hello.
Okay, so I guess that's it for now. I'll reach out to everyone with the next meeting. I suggest you actually attend Larry's meeting as well, because he may want to start speaking about it at his meeting. But he has a meeting the 20th of this month. I'll send out an email with his information. That way you guys could also be on board with his information.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Okay? All right, well, I guess that's the end of the meeting.
Okay.
All
Have a good
right.
afternoon.
Nice to meet everybody.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank
bye,
you. Have a
everyone.
good day.
Okay.
You too.
Stay in touch,
Bye-bye.
Cynthia.